Fake name Carly, good morning.
Good morning.
So you are a teacher, and thank you for that. And the craziest thing you saw happen at work is what?
Okay, so I teach in an elementary school, and we'll say teacher T accidentally ate teacher W's lunch.
Got it.
Well, teacher W went to go get her lunch, noticed it was missing, went into the office and went on the intercom while students were there and was like, if you happen to eat my salad, come meet me in the back of the library.
Oh my god!
Now, fake name Carly. To me, it sounds pretty hard to accidentally eat somebody else's lunch.
Yeah.
Do we think it was intentional?
I don't think it was intentional, but I mean, definitely lack of paying attention to details.
Sure.
There.
Yeah,
now,
for
were we
sure.
surprised with the coworker that went over the intercom? Were we surprised, or does that seem pretty on par for them?
She is so chill in every way. I never
Yeah.
would have thought she would do something
It's just
like
that salad, bro.
That's funny.
She's on salad TikTok.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're like so excited to eat like your leftovers or whatever. Like if I have hibachi in the fridge
Yeah,
and I'm like,
somebody eats it.
I can't wait to eat that when I get home, and somebody eats it, I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I would probably go over the intercom too.
Yeah, that's fair. Fake name Carly, 1 second, you were in the running. Let me go. Fake name Christina, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
You work in what field, fake name Christina?
Radiology.
Okay.
Specifically at the time, the MRI department.
Got you. And so the craziest thing you've seen at work is what?
So in the MRI department, obviously, you're required to remove all your jewelry, your piercings, your clothing, and things like that. And so I take the patients back to get them changed, and then I go in after to clean up. And there was this piercing that was left by a patient. And we were trying to figure out what this piercing was because it was huge. And we were just like, what? Where in the world could this possibly have went? Like, this can't be normal. This can't be real. And so we looked it up, and it actually ended up being a downstairs.
Hold on, fake name Christina.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Something like this kind of happened to me once. Not that a piercing. The tech thought I did.
Oh.
How?
So I was getting an x-ray on my hips because I'm an 80-year-old woman, and my underwear was bedazzled.
Oh, yeah.
And so when he took the picture, he's like, do you happen to have any piercings?
Yeah,
and I was
all
like,
over.
no. And he's like, well, it's just something's showing up. And I was like, oh, no.
Just about 150 of them. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Okay.
fine.
Fake name Christina. Hold on 1 second. You are in the running. Okay. That'd be, when you have to figure out where.
To have to like go in
Yeah.
and be like, hey,
Where do we think
like,
this goes?
So awkward.
Let's go. Fake name Abby. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Do you want to say where you work?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I work at an Amazon warehouse.
Okay.
So on Prime Day, which, if you don't know, is the biggest day of the year
Oh, we
for
know, girl.
anyone in Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah, you know. So that is like a really huge day. So I'm a manager, and our regional director, who's over like all of the East Coast, comes in and tells all of the management, like salary leaders, to come into a room. So we're confused because we're supposed to be out on the floor making sure like our departments are running.
Sure.
So we're in the room, and he says, as of today, the general manager, the assistant general manager, the site HR manager, and 3 senior leaders are no longer with the company.
What?
So apparently, mind you, on the biggest day of the year, so apparently they were all sleeping with each other. They were all promoting each other. Like the GM was promoting the lower level employees to a higher level,
Sure.
giving them the highest level of pay that you can get at that level.
Sure.
And they were all just in a very, very
Yeah. Giving each other
Oh
raises in more
my
ways than one,
God.
Abby.
My gosh.
So fake name Abby,
Yeah.
were you, like, now looking back though, were you surprised by any of this, or would they like sneak away and go test out material in the back room?
No, I wasn't surprised at all, honestly. I kind of figured one of the relationships was very public, and that specific girl who was with a higher member of the leadership team jumped, or should I say promoted, like 3 levels in a year, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
So we all kind of knew, but it's just the fact that he fired them on Prime Day, and now we don't even have HR there because our HR team was in on it too.
That is okay.
God.
All right, fake name Abby.
wild.
1 second, you're in the running. I mean, how do you think I jumped from intern to intern hosting this show?
Yeah.
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 A lot of hoops. A lot of hoops. Let me go to Vanessa. Good morning. Vanessa, are you there? All right, hold on. What can we pick up? It sounds like she's somewhere. There we go. Let's go in Germantown. Lydia, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so you worked. Do you want to say where you worked or no?
Yeah, because it wasn't in this state.
Okay.
I worked at Target.
Nice. Okay. And the craziest thing you saw working at the Target was what?
I actually worked in the clothing section, and it was at night, and I noticed someone that was a little bit fishy, and at Target, they were strict at the time about making sure there's not going to be any theft or anything.
Sure.
So I was putting away some clothes, and then I saw this individual, and I was, like, trying to keep an eye out for her to make sure that nothing was going to happen, and I lost sight of her. So then I was like, oh, my gosh, where is she? So I eventually found her again in the women's clothing section, huddled over the jeans rack, having some selfie time.
What the hell? Wait, she was laid out over the rack like a towel?
No, of the jeans section. in the
Gotcha.
women's
Okay.
clothing.
Yeah, gotcha. And so was she hiding like in the middle of it? Where was she hiding?
She was just right out on the main track for everyone to see.
Yeah.
My
I
God.
stepped out and called security.
Yeah, I was going to say, so when you walk in, do you apologize and go, oh, I'm so sorry? Or do you go, hey, what the hell are you doing?
I kind of was like, and then I just went and grabbed one of my leaders, and they went over and was like, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, you can't do that here, ma'am.
All right,
Like
Lydia.
in the middle of the store.
Yeah.
Why not, like, if you really got to do
Or
it, go to
home.
the bathroom.
Yeah. Lydia, hold on 1 second. You are in the running. Let me go to fake name Angie. Good morning.
Good morning.
You used to work at Chuck E. Cheese, or we call him Charles Cheddar. I would imagine you saw a bunch of horrendous things go down there, but what are we talking about now?
We had a riot, which ended up with the police coming in throwing tear gas.
Whoa, at Chuck E. Cheese?
What?
Yep.
That's not a cool place to be a kid. What happened?
Well, we had, it's a food establishment. You can't bring in outside food.
And why would you want to,
Yeah.
fake name Angie? The pizza's so good.
It's something.
We had that issue with a lot of birthday parties coming in that people would bring in
Sure.
food, and we'd have to tell them at the door, like, you can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes
We didn't
sense.
have time
Okay.
to-
Yep.
We had the soda machines where you would buy the cups at the counter, and you would just go get your soda refill
Sure.
whenever you wanted.
Of course.
Well, we had somebody come in who brought in an entire sleeve of cups that they just bought at the store and just gave them to all their guests,
Sure.
as well as a bushel of crabs.
Oh, my
Was
God.
this one, Bernie?
Yeah, that's can't get more Maryland. Yeah, can you say which Chuck E. Cheese it was?
I probably shouldn't.
Is it in?
But it was in the Baltimore area.
I was
I'll
gonna
just
say Anne Arundel County.
I
Is it
think
okay?
that's the only one.
Yeah, is
That's
it-
the one I grew up going
so
to.
it is Glen, it is Glen Burnie?
Is it
Yeah,
next to
okay.
the head MBA, the main one for the state?
I bet it's got to be only the one, right? It's got to be it.
looking
Okay,
at that.
so you bring in the bushel crabs, then what happens? Fake name Angie.
So I was a manager at the time, and one of my employees came up to me and said, hey, we've this party, they have all these things. So the other manager that was working at the time went up to them and said, you can't have this in here. You need to take it out.
Sure.
So they started getting really aggressive and literally started fighting my employees.
Yeah.
So I called the police. Police come in and don't ask questions, just start throwing tear gas.
Sure.
Keep in mind, this is January
Yeah.
in Maryland.
Yeah.
So
In Glen
I've
Burnie.
got kids that are playing in their socks, running out
Sure.
all the doors through the kitchen, just everywhere to get
Well,
out of the building.
and they ruined the crabs.
Get away
Fake
from
name
the
Angie. More
house.
importantly, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just, for whatever reason, Angie, 1 second, you are in the running. I just picture a bunch of Ravens jackets and pickup trucks in the parking lot.
Okay, so there are 3 in the Baltimore area. There's Glen Burnie, Parkville, and is this Catonsville? I can't.
Okay, I still think
it says Baltimore. I'm pretty sure. I grew up going to the Glen Burnie one, and let me tell you, I am traumatized still.
I mean,
if I go to therapy and tell you like what went wrong in my childhood, it's probably my 3rd birthday being there. Like that's where it starts.
What happened?
I don't know. It was just
All
like
right.
a lot.
Yeah.
She blocked it out.
The logic though of like that's such a Maryland thing.
Yeah.
Birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese for children. I know bushel crabs.
Yeah,
Nothing was better at an
Well, for
arcade.
the parents.
Sure.
If I went to a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese and there was a bushel of crabs, I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
Well, I mean, you're already in Chuck E. Cheese. Like even like
That's
being
true.
there, you're already like, I need
it's a cool
to shower.
place to be a kid. It's cool. Somebody texted in that's so Glen Burnie.